What's up, guys? Welcome to the Save Continue Newscast. We are doing things differently today. Shanae had to take off early because she's so tired.
Poor little Lord Fauntleroy's tummy hurts because it's got too much roast beef in it.
But oddly enough, even though that's the case, Ryan and I didn't come up with any news, and Shanae did, so we're going to read her news.
Yeah. So, God of War getting New Game Plus.
That's old news, Shanae. Old news.
Alright, on the next item.
Cool, though.
Yeah, people like New Game Plus.
Sure.
They like building up their character and taking them through the story again. That's nice.
Sure.
Fallout 76 not having DLC but cosmetic microtransactions.
I don't believe that for a minute.
What do you believe, Tom?
There'll be some sort of expansion for that, don't you think?
Yeah, there's gotta be. What Fallout game has come out in the last decade that had no DLC?
Yeah, or, I mean, just Bethesda Software games in general.
So, whoever told...
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they may have said that.
They may have said...
Shanae's telling us that's what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when we trust... I trust Shanae.
She got anything else on there?
Yeah. Sony faces backlash for not having crossplay with Switch, while Microsoft
Fortnite.
does for the Fortnites.
Yeah. Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
So, their whole thing with crossplay has always been their excuse for not having it.
The children.
Has always been that we can't monitor what kind of players these people have on their platforms.
And we'll be goddamned
But-
if we'll let these children come to harm on our platform.
Much like with Rocket League, much like with Street Fighter V, Fortnite is a game that is cross-compatible with PC on PlayStation 4, which arguably could have the worst audience.
I feel like
Play-
if you're worried about
the worst
monsters
community.
attacking your children,
And
the
they allow
computer is where
that.
it'll get to them.
They allow that. I think it's a poor excuse.
Also, think about how many monsters there already are on PSN, so...
Unfortunately, I don't think that this will change anything.
No.
People have bitched at them about this for other games many times over. Granted, none as big as Fortnite.
What do you... if you had to speculate, what do you think would be the actual reason?
If they were losing, and they're not. They are winning over just about everybody.
Right. So, can you conceive of no logical reason to do this?
Oh, no, I think they should do it.
Yeah.
I definitely think they should do it, but I don't think they're going to. I don't think this will change a thing.
No, I mean, no logical reason to block partition their Fortnite experience off from the rest of them.
Yeah, so the reasoning that I've come up with, and we've talked about this on the show before, is that whether it's Rocket League, Street Fighter, Fortnite, whatever it might be, when you're competing with consoles, right? We have the biggest player base, right? Bigger than Switch, and probably bigger than Switch and Microsoft combined. As far as their online player base goes, it's probably larger than both of those combined. I have Fortnite. Shanae has Fortnite, and we're both playing on PlayStation. Ryan, you get Fortnite on Xbox. You don't have PlayStation,
I want to play with
but
my
you want to
friends.
play with your friends.
So, I gotta go out... I better go out and buy that PlayStation.
There you go.
We talk about how exclusives sell consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Make your friends exclusive.
I mean, I don't know that's why, but it's the best reasoning that I could see.
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
Lastly, Telltale to produce Stranger Things game.
God, really?
Yeah.
How do you feel about this? You like Stranger Things more than I do.
Well, I think that I don't know if I ever vocalized this to you directly, but I have said fairly recently that after finishing the second season of that show,
Mm-hmm.
I realized that I care about none of those characters. I think that there are some interesting things to do in that world.
Sure. I liked the first season. I didn't dislike it.
Well, I didn't dislike either season, honestly. It's just that I didn't feel an attachment to any of the characters, and I think that a lot of my excitement toward a Telltale game has to do with my attachment to it. Like, I love Batman, and I love, I love Borderlands. So I like those things, right? I like the characters in Borderlands, I should say.
Yeah.
But I don't have an attachment to any of the characters in Stranger Things, and I don't know anything about like what kind of story this game is. I don't know if it's going to be in parallel or if you're playing through the events of the show. I don't know. But honestly, it's funny because I say that I could but I could probably do without this.
Yeah.
But I say that also knowing that when it's released I will play it.
There you go. And I'm sure a lot of people will. I'm sure a lot of people that have never played a Telltale game will play this game.
Yeah.
It's a smart game to make. It is. My problem is like
should have made a Luke Cage game instead.
I've been championing Telltale
for a long time.
For a lot longer than most people, since before Walking Dead Season 1, which is when most people jumped on board, you know? And I feel like as time has gone on, the quality of their products have gotten worse and worse, and the performance of their engine has gotten worse and worse.
It continues to degrade, and I think that
there's less excuse for it. They have more money now than they ever have. Fewer talent than they've had in a while, but they have more money now than they've ever had. What does give me hope is seeing gameplay for the final season of Walking Dead.
It's different.
It's different. It's changing things up, and might be a new engine, maybe finally. So who knows?
We'll see.
Yeah.
I think that a good litmus test will. I think a good litmus test for what we can probably expect to see technically from a Stranger Things game is what we are likely to see in the final Walking Dead game.
I don't disagree. Yeah, but here's the thing though, right? Like, Telltale games have been for a long time, since Walking Dead Season 1. Not before that, but since then, has been one of those companies whose games you have to make excuses for. You love them, right? You love those narratives, at least some of them. Especially Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us. A lot of people say Tales from the Borderlands is the best Borderlands game. But they always come with some sort of caveat.
Right.
The gameplay's not good. They took puzzles out of this one.
Right.
The performance is terrible. I don't want to do that. We were talking about it before we recorded the main show today. There are too many well put together, extremely good quality games that tell a great story now.
Yeah.
To play something that is half baked.
Right. There are experiences whose interactivity far and away exceeds that of the Telltale games that are telling better stories, and there's to your point, there's less excuse for me to waste my time. I think waste my time is a bit harsh, but there's less opportunity. There's less an excuse for me to devote my time to going through a Telltale game, which is at this point I consider to be very much a known quantity. When I have access to all these other
it sucks saying that as a longtime fan of that company.
Right.
But yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier. There are games that I know are great that I don't have time for.
Right.
Why am I going to play games that might not even work?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
and that sucks. And Wolf Among Us 2 comes out. I'm playing that day one. Yeah. I am.
Yeah. To be fair, Batman did things in Telltale games that I hadn't seen since The Walking Dead. Like Batman gave us a lot of. They gave us like some that showed us like the detective aspects of Batman.
Sure. Which was a bit more traditional point and click.
Right, and so that was a departure from what they had been doing since Walking Dead. So that makes me, that in itself makes me feel optimistic that with the prospect of perhaps better tech behind their games, because I think that one of the main things, I think we can all agree that one of the main things holding Telltale back was their adherence to their far outdated tech for those games. So
I also do wish they were more selective about the products that they were taking on.
Well, there was that time a couple of years ago where they had so many projects that you were like, how could any one studio do all of these?
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. They just announced this. They announced a Marvel game over a year ago. They've still got more shit coming out,
So.
And they lost a good amount of their staff.
Yeah.
But
so I guess what we see in the next few years remains to be seen. But I look forward to seeing how these games turn out. I definitely look forward to the conclusion of The Walking Dead, and I look forward to seeing what they. I'm hoping again that what the little bit we saw of The Walking Dead, is some sort of is signifying in some way like what we can hope to see in Stranger Things.
Yeah. Do you have anything? Any news off the top of your head?
No.
A lot of E3 stuff.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of it is just I didn't learn anything new over the last week.
Tofu and Hunk confirmed for Resident Evil 2.
Which I think is probably the most important news about me, at least. Yeah, and what you sent me, was that actual, or was that just like a...
No,
a
it's just some fan art thing.
Okay.
What else?
I can't think of anything.
No?
Mm-mm. You got anything? Can you think of anything?
As of this recording, ranked mode is out for Onrush, so go play that.
That's news to someone.
Yeah.
Of course, by the time anyone hears this, anyone who cares will already be doing that.
Sure. I guess that's it.
Yeah. I mean, E3 happened this week, so I mean...
There's a bunch of shit out there, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure next week we'll have some things to tell you that aren't related to...
One thing I want to bring up. Didn't bring it up on the main show because it didn't really fit with what we were doing this week. And it's like, not really news, but it's sort of news because it's E3 related. I was looking over the Walmart Canada leaks, the list of leaks, right?
Mm-hmm. Walmart Canada is now your most reliable source.
Well, no, here's the thing, right? Like, that's kind of true.
I was saying that unironically.
Right, like, all of those were announced. Every single one of them except for one. You know what that one was? Splinter Cell. So I do think Splinter Cell is happening. Even though it didn't happen at E3, I do think it's coming.
I think that, when is Paris Games Week?
I think August, I believe. August, September?
Okay. I think that either at Paris Games Week or at Gamescom.
Yeah.
I think we'll see something else.
I think so too. Anyways, that's the news for this week, guys. No, it was a little weird. No, really, all of the programming's been kind of weird the last few weeks, but, you know, give us a break here. We're doing our best. We'll talk to you guys later.